Hello, and welcome to the weekly energy update for the week of November 12th, 2023. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Bozeman, Montana. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And just when you thought we had gotten off the eclipse season emotional roller coaster, we might have to strap in for one last ride tomorrow with the new moon in Scorpio. The new moon is really tonight at 1:27 a.m. Pacific, 4:27 a.m. Eastern. This new moon in Scorpio is the first new moon after eclipse season. It's actually the first time since 2021 that a new moon in Scorpio isn't an eclipse. So typically this would be a welcomed break, but the energy is still pretty intense. We're still in Scorpio season for another week and a half, which we know is an intense time. And the sun has also been very active lately. There have been solar flares and winds and geomagnetic storms that have shaken everything up. I haven't talked much about how solar storms affect our energy before, so I thought this would be a good time. When the energy stored in the sun's magnetic field is suddenly released, huge explosions happen. These explosions are called solar flares, and the flares produce and send high-energy particles into space and toward Earth. These particles create a magnetic storm that can last in the Earth's atmosphere for days. These solar flares cause mechanical and tech problems like affecting our power grids, our GPS, satellite systems, cell phones. So you can just imagine what these solar flares are doing to us. These high-energy particles affect our system too, and may show up as headaches, mood changes, sadness, frustrations, and even digestive problems. And they just make us a little bit frazzled. Now, some of us feel the energy of the solar flares more than others, especially if you're sensitive or an empath. The energy from the sun feeds us, literally, and it feeds our souls. So you can imagine when it's going through an intense solar storm, we would be too. So the sun is in intense Scorpio and having intense solar storms. And now adding to this energy is a new moon in Scorpio. Now each new moon is the beginning of a fresh lunar cycle. This is a time of new beginnings, of setting intentions and planting seeds, just like 11/11 was yesterday. Now Scorpio is a sensitive and profound sign that can see through everything. It sees through all of your bullshit. Scorpio is a master of digging up and uncovering the truth, the things we don't want to face about ourselves, about our situations, about our partners, about our money, and about our lives. Scorpio brings the unconscious to the surface, and it insists that we dig deep and be honest with ourselves so that we can leave the BS behind and move forward. This moon is helping us rewrite our story. If there are things you put on the back burner in recent months, it's time to take action and face things and tackle things that you have been putting off. This new moon is opposite Uranus, and it's going to bring sudden and abrupt changes to our lives. We're talking shakeups, breakups, and breakdowns, which may not be pleasant, but they are forcing us to face truths that we've been hiding from and ultimately guide us toward the path we're meant to be on. This is not a comfortable new moon. Yeah, new beginnings are on the horizon, but we need to surrender and move through some discomfort first. We're evolving and growing, and this takes us out of our comfort zone and makes us very uncomfortable. Mars is active this week too. The sun and moon will be forming a conjunction with Mars, the planet of action, frustration, and war. This amplifies our feelings of tension and irritability and the pressure to act rashly. And on Thursday the 17th, there's a Mars Cazimi. A Mars Cazimi is an exact conjunction between the sun and Mars. Mars Cazimis take place every 2 years, but we haven't had one in Scorpio for 32 years. So when planets join the sun, like Mars will be doing on Thursday, they start a new cycle. And you can think of this Cazimi as an opportunity to start over. It's our reset button. Cazimis are always auspicious moments for the planet involved, but this Mars Cazimi has some extra oomph. And that's because Mars loves being in its home sign of Scorpio. It brings us the focus and the stamina we need to get started on this next chapter. It's the boost we want and need to get moving and grooving. Not only is this the beginning of a new Mars journey, but it also brings revelations, epiphanies, aha moments about what the next chapter looks like. We want to pay special attention to intuitive hits we get this week. This energy actually started yesterday on the 11th. The 11th was a very fated day, and we stay in this fated energy all week. So pay attention to synchronicities, your dreams, and things that you hear for clues and clarity about what's next. Saturn, who went direct last week, is now in Pisces. Saturn's energy is serious and responsible. It's about karmic life lessons, hard work, power, laws, and rules. Meanwhile, Pisces energy brings a sense of softness and relaxation. It's more loving with feeling and inspiration. And this is the type of energy we want right now while we're doing some soul searching and examining the areas in our lives where we're too harsh and critical, especially being too harsh and critical of ourselves. Now that you know about the energy this week, be easy on yourself. Don't dwell on the things you coulda, woulda, shoulda done differently. Saturn holds a bright mirror up to the things you want to look away from. So let's use this as the impetus to make changes and not to beat up on ourselves. It's just time to do things differently. No big deal. We don't need to beat up on ourselves. We just do things differently. We're becoming new people, deeper people. We're getting real with ourselves and writing a new story. To clear away what holds us back, we have to know what's kept us stuck. And this new moon, Scorpio, Mars, Saturn, and even the solar flares help us with that clarity. Can it be uncomfortable? Oh yeah. But aren't you ready to just move on to the next higher version of you? I'm so ready after eclipse season. Aren't you ready to just pull off the fucking Band-Aid and get on with it? This time and this week is just part of that process. So set some intentions for the next chapter. Pay attention to synchronicities and your intuition. Be easy on yourself and get ready for what's next. We may be uncomfortable, but it's not going to kill us. It's going to make us stronger. And that is it for the week. If one of the things you're getting real about is your money and your financial situation, I can help with that. My Millionaire Manifesting Mondays is starting tomorrow, and there's still time to sign up. It is a fun way to shift your money energy with activities, games, guided meditations, hypnosis, cash and prizes. Making money can be fun. Now, this program lasts for about 6 weeks and will jumpstart your money manifesting vibe. There is a fabulous group of high-vibing people signed up. So anytime you do something with a group of people and you combine your energy, it amplifies that energy even more. So I hope that you will join us. The cost is $222, and there is a link in the show notes, or you can just go to my website, Abundology.com. And as always, thank you for listening, liking, subscribing, and passing this podcast on to a friend that may find value in it. It is a beautiful sunny day here, and I am off to take Jasper for a long hike and take advantage of this great weather while it lasts. So have a wonderful week, be easy on yourself, and I will talk to you again next week.